Greetings to you, Mom. I'm Mika Makinano Makato. For today's video, I'm gonna present my spoken poetry about the love story of Rizal and Josephine Brocken. There were at least 9 women linked with Rizal, namely Sigundina Katigbak, Leonor Valenzuela, Leonor Rivera, Consuelo Ortiga, Oshi San, Gertrude Beckett, Nelly Bosted, Suzanne Jacobe, and Josephine Brocken. An Irish 18 years old lady born in Hong Kong on October 3, 1876, and a daughter of James Brocken and Elizabeth Jane McBride. She is Josephine Brocken. In the last day of February 1895, while still in the Pitan, Rizal met an 18-year-old petite Irish girl with bold blue eyes, brown hair, and a happy disposition. Josephine Brocken, the adopted daughter of George Taffer from Hong Kong, who came to the Pitan to seek Rizal for eye treatment. Rizal was physically attracted to her. His loneliness and boredom must have taken to measure of him, and what could be a better diversion than to fall in love again. But the Rizal sisters suspected Josephine as an agent of the friars, and they considered her as a threat to Rizal's security. But his love for Josephine was immovable. After a wild romance of 1 month, they agreed to get married. When Mr. Taffer, however, learned about their plan, he flared up in a violent rage, and unable to endure the thought of losing Josephine. He tried to commit suicide by cutting off his throat with a sharp razor. Rizal, however, grabbed Mr. Taffer's wrist and stopped him from killing himself. To avoid further tragedy, Josephine returned to Manila with Mr. Taffer by the first available steamer for the next day. After 6 months, Josephine returned to the Pitan. Doña Teodora, Rizal's mother, permitted her son to marry Josephine, but Father Antonio of the Pitan refused to marry him. After 6 months, Josephine returned to the Pitan. Doña Teodora, Rizal's mother, permitted her son to marry Josephine, but Father Antonio of the Pitan refused to marry them without a special dispensation from the Bishop of Cebu. Because Rizal was a Mason and Josephine was a Roman Catholic, a dispensation was not given. There was no other alternative but to get into a common law marriage executed in the presence of 2 witnesses. They lived together as an husband and wife in an octagonal bamboo house that Josephine turned into a love nest. Quarrels came much later, one of which, based from an article in the Philippines Free Press, was violent, leading to her miscarriage. The same article suggests that quarrels came much later, one of which, based from an article in the Philippines Free Press, was violent, leading to her miscarriage. The same article suggests that Rizal's day of consolation with Josephine were over, and that his request for assignment to Cuba as a medical volunteer was also prompted by his unhappiness with her. On his way to Cuba, however, Rizal was arrested, and after a mock trial, Spanish authorities sentenced him to death. On December 29, 1896, Josephine visited Rizal in his cell, where Rizal sadly exclaimed, "My dear, my time has come to be ununited to you but to separated forever." After which, he begged for forgiveness for the sorrows he had caused for her.